Not that I know of.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Just make it nice. Chance.
Or if you want, Kev, I can just hit him with mine. You know, never mind.
I don't even know that they're going to arrest him. They might just tell him to come at a certain date.
Okay,
I don't know what the county's gonna do
got it.
on that. And if he's arrested, I expect it would be BCI that does it. It won't be us.
Okay. I had reached out earlier for the investigative report from October.
We won't have that.
Okay.
We did not investigate any of this. It was all
Thank you, appreciate it.
Mhm.
that investigated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. That way. Could you guys lower your cameras and I can sit down so it's not at a podium? Is that okay?
No, that's good.
All right, I'm gonna do
Perfect.
that. That way
He's gonna sit down.
I'm gonna sit down. So,
Okay.
like I said, I don't.
I was gonna say that when you were,
I don't really want it to look, like I said, like a conference. I'd rather just look like.
you have the
Answer a few
wireless.
questions,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have the wire, did I give you the wireless?
I give it back to you.
Let's see.
I'd have to keep all mic'd up and.
Yeah.
You can mic him up if you want. Do it like that. Good. Or even, we can hear it that way too, right?
You want to just leave it on the table?
It's fine, yeah.
All right.
Just, because if you put too many on it, then it'll look press
Right,
conference.
it'll look like a press conference.
It really will, we'll nail you.
Yep. It's fine, thanks.
Give me a second, guys, I gotta stream it. Can you call them and see if they see it? I think I started the stream.
But you just know, we are streaming this. If you don't want it to be a presser, you could tell us not to. It's up to you.
Yeah, well.
The information's all the same, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
just
matter.
telling you.
okay.
I don't care, yeah.
Annabelle,
Did they say they
Okay.
saw us?
I'll
work around.
Okay, thank you.
This desk, you got to call
And I'm just calling the station.
Oh, here's.
that look all right there?
yeah, that's good.
Mine turned off.
Hey, did you see this popped up? What was that?
Live sticks, they should see us. This is not on yet.
You want to check that mic, Kev? You got it?
Oh, I don't know yet. Doing three other things, huh? Chief, can you talk for us there?
Sure.
Just hear your voice.
Name and title.
Sure,
You just-
sure. George Lichman, Rocky River Police Chief, on March 26th at 2 p.m. Guys ready?
You all set?
Already?
Okay.
All set.
All right, I'll start with a brief statement, I suppose, and answer a few questions after that. There's not going to be a whole lot I can answer, but we'll do what we can, okay? Yesterday afternoon, I was informed by the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor that former police officer Michael Bernhardt was indicted for misuse of the Ohio Law Enforcement Gateway, Ohio Law Enforcement Automated Database Systems, and possessing criminal tools. Officer Bernhardt, former Officer Bernhardt, came under investigation in the summer of 2023 after allegations of inappropriate relationships with students at the Rocky River High School were made. He was the school resource officer at the time. When those allegations were made, we had Officer Bernhardt put on administrative leave and had an independent criminal investigator look into those accusations. When we saw that they had merit, I asked the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation to conduct a criminal investigation so that it could be independent of our agency, and that investigation led to this indictment. Officer Bernhardt has not been employed with the Rocky River Police Department since April of 2024. The Rocky River Police are committed to delivering quality police services to our community. The conduct of this former officer is not acceptable to any current Rocky River police officer who work hard every day to deliver professional and trustworthy services to our community. And that's the statement.
So that timeline that you shared of April 2024, his employment was terminated, was that the result of the investigation being fully complete in April?
No, the investigation was not complete, but he ended his termination prior to the completion of the investigation. So he left while the investigation was still pending.
The indictment goes back to 2013. It goes all the way up until 2023, I think, or something like that. That's a long time period. How many students are we talking about that he was using the computer for? Do we know?
I don't have, BCI conducted that investigation, and my understanding was part of that investigation included an audit of his use of the computer, and BCI would be best off, the best agency to ask that question as to what the results of that audit were.
How did you know he was using it, I guess? What was the complaint, I guess?
All police officers have access to the Ohio Law Enforcement Gateway and the Law Enforcement Automated Database System, so it's used as a normal course of our day-to-day operations. So that he was using it is no surprise. It was just, I suppose, the nature of the use is what was problematic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you found out that he was using this tool inappropriately after there was concerns and complaints about an inappropriate relationship with high school students. And in the indictment, it says that he also used this to look up former spouses, family members, all sorts of people. Along the course of the investigation, was it found out that there was also some inappropriate, like, was he stalking people that he was also looking up, or anything like that?
As I said, BCI conducted the investigation. It was independent of this agency, and I don't have access to their investigation. They took their investigation to the prosecutor independent of our agency, so BCI would have to answer that question for you.
I have some follow-up questions about what Bernhardt's employment looked like. So while he was a school resource officer, was he also on any patrol duties, or was that his strict?
During the school year, he was assigned to the high school as a school resource officer, and during the summer, he would come back and either work patrol shifts or help in the detective bureau, depending on the needs of the agency during the summer.
Got it. Is there any reason that a school resource officer should use that database during the school year?
Yeah, they do take incident reports that might, for incidents that may occur at the high school. And during breaks, at Christmas break, they would come back to the road and have access to those databases, and any incident report that they would be investigating as a school resource officer, they would have access and be able to lawfully use that database. So anything that they invested through the course of their role as a school resource officer, they would be able to lawfully use either of the two databases.
Got it. And how often does the police department audit the searches of police officers?
Usually, we usually audit if there's an issue, if there's a problem that comes up, there can be an audit, and OHLEG and leads often conduct their own audits during security audits that are done regularly.
How long was he a resource officer?
Oh, a long time, 10 or 12 years, maybe longer. Yeah.
Was he terminated as a resource officer and put into another position after the allegation was made, or how long?
The allegation was made in the summer, so he was not actively a school resource officer because it was the summer, and then he was on administrative leave at the beginning of the school year, so he never returned at that time, based on that.
And he was on administrative leave until he left
Yes.
in April of 2024?
That's correct.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the families of people who had students at the high school during his tenure?
Well, I'd like to say if anybody has information about further misconduct, to please contact BCI. I can give the phone number. It's 855-BCI Ohio, or 855-224-6446. So if anyone is aware of additional misconduct, I think in the interest of justice, please contact BCI so that they can, investigate if there is any further criminal activity that this person needs to be held to account for. And also, I would like to tell the community that the entire police department this behavior is not acceptable. None of us here find this behavior acceptable. We all are out of sorts about it. None of us. This is not how we want the community to perceive us at all. We have a good relationship with the schools. We were all very surprised about this. We take our oath of office seriously, and we take our service to the community seriously. And we're working hard to maintain the trust of the community, and hope that people see that every day in our work.
Well, people might see this and say, maybe I was, looked at through that system. Can people find out if they were looked at through that system? I know in the leads computer, you can't ask them to look it up. Is this system similar? Can you ask them to see if a search has been done on you?
I'm not exactly sure about that. I can't provide that information to people. I know that much. I know that's not something that I could do. I suppose, I don't know the answer to that, Jeff, unfortunately.
Okay. So obviously, your role is limited now that this has been handed over. Where should we expect to see information on future potential charges, or what agency would do the arresting?
Well, if future charges would come through the grand jury, the same way you learned about these ones, I'm sure that Prosecutor O'Malley's office will share the same way that this indictment was shared with everyone. BCI or the county sheriff's office would probably make an arrest, or this would be a summons and he would appear for an arraignment. If anything more comes of this, that would be my expectation. Yeah.
Just tell us how serious this is that he used this computer system to find these students or stalk them or whatever he was doing with them. How
Well,
serious is it?
these are all fifth-degree felonies. So a felony is a serious charge. This is a lower-level felony, but felonies are, they're serious charges. It's, I don't know how else to put it. They're career-ending. Obviously, his career as a policeman has been over, but it's definitely over now. There's no felony charges are career-ending charges for many professions. So that's not a good thing. Of course, that's upon conviction. But yeah, it's not a misdemeanor theft charge or a speeding ticket or a traffic offense. They're serious charges. So.
But all
Yeah.
officers know that you're not supposed to use that computer system unless you're doing something for the department.
Yes, this is taught at the police academy. This is taught when you have to take a security course every year, every other year. You have to take tests every year and every other year for these different security systems. It's well known.
So he can't plead ignorance.
No, not to this. Not to any of this. No.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for all coming at one time. I have.
Thanks for making sure
Appreciate
it
it.
happened to you, but
Yeah.
it sounds like you're busy today, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's busy. I'd rather not be not for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys all up? Everybody's sure?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of